It's Mad Men Sports. Diamond Dave.
Hi again.
And Zach. What's up, buddy?
Diamond Zach.
Whoa.
And cubic zirconium Jake.
Ruby Zach.
We have two announcements, don't we?
Yes, this show is and always will be from now on, at least for a while, is presented
like
by Pizza Amore, the Wood Fire Way.
God, such good pizza. I had it last weekend.
Yeah?
Fantastic.
You know where you can get it this week? Not exclusively, but they have a specialized tent set up at the Erie County Fair. If you're going to the Bills game Saturday, stop by the fair, grab a slice. If you're going to the Bills game, and then you're going to the fair afterwards, make it a thing. And if you are going to the Bills game, you don't know about the Erie County Fair, maybe a 5-minute drive.
Oh my God, super close.
Maybe less.
Probably.
Go to the Erie County Fair, check out Pizza Amore's tent, get your pies there. What are you doing? You listening to us? You're going to a Bills game. What else would you want to have? You want a slice of pie? I've seen what they do at the Bills games with that Lenovo pizza.
Garbage.
Jake was roasting it, said, I can't handle this shit anymore with how they treat the fans at the stadium. That's another thing. You know who treats you good? Pizza Amore on Payne Avenue in North Tonawanda and Grand Island Boulevard in Grand Island. What do you got, Dave?
What did Lenovo do to the fans at the game?
Well, I think it's more Delaware North. They supply all the food and concessions, and the food that you get in the stadium is garbage.
A lot of it's made off-site and delivered there. Yeah, so it's disgusting.
I think it's like 70%.
If you're going to the game Saturday, don't go for a slice there. Take the 5-minute trip. Pizza Amore, Erie County Fair.
I think we're going to go to the game.
Tell the DJ we said hi.
Good, man.
Stop at Pizza Amore afterwards.
Yeah. All three locations, the fair, Grand Island Boulevard, and Payne Avenue in North Tonawanda.
And if you're around Western New York, you got to check out their food truck. Their food, it's amazing what they do out of it. I'll be blunt. I'm not a big food truck guy, but when I go to a food truck, it's always Pizza Amore. It's kind of how this whole thing started.
Without a doubt.
It's amazing what they do inside of a truck with the wood-burning stove. It's incredible. Sight to see is just in itself. They make the pizza fresh. Every pie comes out with, you're talking about 5 minutes. You order it, it's out. You're eating pie. It's fresh. It's hot and ready. Not Little Caesars, though.
Fuck Little Caesars.
Not that hot and ready. Tell DJ you said hi. We said hi.
And
Pizza Amore. What's our second announcement, Jake?
We are back 2 days a week for as long as we feel like it.
Preemptively.
I wanted them to lock that in. No, I think we got good momentum now. No more trips. I don't have any.
We were out of town. Sorry.
I have a trip.
The week prior, he was
in
out
October.
of town. Oh, where are you going?
I'm going to Algonquin Provincial Park.
Sounds made up.
Well, you can still pod.
But will you?
Yeah, we will. Because we're in the shit now. So, Dave was out of town last week. I was out of town this past week.
I'm going to lose my job.
And then, Jake's going to go out of town in a couple weeks. So, we've been out of town. That's why we skipped out of town. But now we're 2 days a week. We're bringing you the Bills coverage.
We're back.
Much like Trey White, we got you covered.
Lee. And now, apparently, Dane Jackson.
Yeah, what do you think about that? Tell us the news. What do you got?
Well, I mean, he didn't make an appearance in the first preseason game, which leads a lot of us, mostly everyone, to believe that as of right now, he is in that number 2 spot. I think Leslie Frazier had made note of that as well during the week. We shall see where Elam progresses.
No surprise on my end.
No,
Yeah,
Dane Jackson played really solid last year, locked up Gronk, played really well in the playoffs as well. Zach has been really starch on the fact that I don't think you need superstar players in the defensive backfield.
Not for the Bills. Their scheme is almost effortless.
Yeah, so
In a way. I mean, they're technically sound, which makes we're talking about who's going to replace the undrafted free agent rookie Levi Wallace.
yeah,
It's going to be the 7th round pick or the 1st round pick. You know what I mean? Like, the Bills are plentiful. They know what they're doing. Leslie Frazier, you ever seen him play? Watch the highlights of the Chicago Bears back in the day. That guy knows how to make that backfield work. He's got this. What do you
85 Bears.
How's Levi doing in Pittsburgh? Do we know?
Don't care. Getting torched by George Pickens because all I ever hear out of Pittsburgh is that George Pickens is the dude. So
He's that guy.
They still don't have a quarterback.
Mitch.
might not need one of them. So, but I want to say that maybe it's not that big of a deal that Dane Jackson didn't play. I wouldn't say it locks him into the number 2 cornerback spot.
I just think that's where he's at right now.
It could be, but he's also got a full year of tutelage there.
Yeah, no, I have no doubt that Elam is going to overtake that spot at some point. I just think it is important to note at this point he was so locked in that he didn't even play.
Well, I think So, go ahead.
But also you got Christian Benford, who had a great game.
They both played very
Kyrie
well.
Elam had a great game, lockdown at most points. Though they're rookies, you got to get them playing time.
1,000%.
You can't let a guy like Dane Jackson, who has plenty of playing time, kind of overshadow those guys getting the opportunities. They'll play in the next game when Dave goes and then gets Pizzo Amore. Dane Jackson will play. I don't think Josh Allen plays. Do you think Josh Allen plays this preseason?
I don't think so.
No, I don't think he has
But
any business even
Patrick
dressing up.
Mahomes played last week.
Let's talk. He didn't play last year, and look what happened week 1 against
He
Pittsburgh.
did play. He played in the Green Bay game.
Did
you were at my wedding, so
Yeah,
you missed that.
Yeah.
That's why.
I was drinking some drinks.
You
Weddings
missed that.
and weddings.
But he had a fantastic
Did I
touchdown
even
to
play?
Gabe Davis.
I stand corrected.
But he did play, and you say they came out flat. I think that was more of a coaching thing, if not anything else. I think the coaching staff came out flat for that,
I think there's always a combination of the two.
without a doubt. But I saw a lot of offensive linemen not play. Do we kind of have the offensive line penciled in already?
I think that, and I think there was a combination of a lot of injuries on the offensive line.
There definitely was.
So I think that's just kind of keeping the quarterback guys healthy. But
Dave, what do you think? Who stood out to you in that preseason game last week?
Well, Shakir, obviously.
Beautiful.
I'm not even sure if I'm saying that name right.
Khalil Shakir. Yeah, you're right.
I mean, I think he's at the point where Jamison Crowder needs to be worried about his job. And I kind of said that when we hired him, or when we signed him. Everyone was Crowder this, Crowder that. He hasn't done a thing in the league. So I was never really surprised that he's going to be on the bubble anyways. The thing that surprised me the most, actually, was the lack of playing with O.J. Howard. I actually think Tommy Sweeney might have a leg up on him on this roster, which is kind of surprising.
interesting.
I am intrigued about what's going on with O.J. Howard. I'll be honest. Now, granted, I didn't watch or take much stock into the first preseason game. The first preseason game is more of like,
Super boring.
let's see what we have.
Just gives us an actual substance to talk about.
I was excited to watch it, though. I'll tell you what. There was
God,
a
yeah.
play that we're going to talk about very soon that might have been the most exciting preseason play in recent memory for me.
I think an interesting conversation to have is backup quarterback at the moment. It looks like Matt Barkley.
Without a doubt. But back to O.J. Howard here without skipping too many beats here.
That's fine.
I
He's
don't.
excited.
Yeah,
I am
100%.
ready.
But I don't know if there's doom and gloom with O.J. Howard. I think the Bills might just keep him on because they know what they have with him. And I think they know what they have with Tommy Sweeney. I think you alluded to it a couple weeks ago that Tommy Sweeney got to the point last year where Knox got hurt with the broken whatever he broke in his hand against Tennessee that they had Tommy Sweeney step in. And then they were so unimpressed with him that they went with one tight end for the rest of the season.
Yeah.
So I think Tommy Sweeney, they might just be looking for something of substance out of the tight end room. What do you think?
I mean, it's never good when a tight end is playing the last 2 minutes in the fourth quarter of a preseason game, first game too, when a guy that we thought was going to have a huge impact on the offense, he could still have a huge impact. I don't know what's going on with.
It could be a numbers game.
I don't know what's going on with Ken Dorsey's head, but O.J. Howard, I think, is on the bubble, which is kind of surprising.
I don't think so.
Not to overreact.
I think that's fair, but I will say that they did address that because obviously it would be a talking board. A guy you signed immediately after Von Miller playing with the last 2 minutes, but I think Ken Dorsey addressed that, or maybe Sean McDermott addressed that on Monday, Monday, that it was a numbers game. Jared Weinmeyer, the tight end that they dropped on Sunday, they didn't want to put him in the game and risk him getting hurt so he couldn't have a further opportunity. They knew they were going to let him go. So that was a numbers game. He was out. Tommy Sweeney limped off on the previous play. So I think it became a numbers game, they said, with O.J. Howard having to go back out there, which that's fine. I think in a way you kind of have – it's a numbers game. They have X amount of players they don't dress. The guys you dress may need to go back out there at a certain point. I was watching Hard Knocks last night with the Detroit Lions, and Dan Campbell said one of the things was, he was in a Cowboys game, and he was one of the tight ends, and one of the backup guy got hurt, and Jason Witten wasn't going back in, so he needed to go back in, even though his roster was safe. So he was telling his players, just be ready, just because it's a numbers game sometimes. And I think that may be the situation with O.J. Howard. To be fair,
And I mean, if we're talking unequivocally, O.J. Howard's a better football player than Tommy Sweeney.
maybe.
Do we
I
know
think
that?
he was in the
Yes.
past. O.J. Howard, even out of camp, the word is that he's just not. He never has been, never will be what he was always going to be hyped as.
No,
I think
for
that's
sure.
just going to be the shame of
and
it.
I think
don't know.
that is a dig that I'm willing to take on Tommy Sweetie.
I don't know if you
think
know
he's
that.
good.
He played with one of the most prolific offenses in the past 10 years with Tampa. He has Brady throwing the ball, and he wasn't successful there. And it was a numbers game there because he had Cameron Brate and Gronk there. But I don't know. I'm not overreacting. It's one game.
I think my point is I don't think Tommy Sweeney's that good.
Well, I think that's even more concerning for O.J. Howard, though. Unless it is truly a numbers game, and that's what coaches just say
I
sometimes.
personally like Tommy Sweeney. I think he's a very good personality to have on the team.
Oh,
I think you got to just wait and see how this is going to go.
I think we'll carry 3 tight ends, and I think O.J. Howard, Tommy Sweeney, and
I
Dawson Knox.
absolutely do not.
Before we get to the quarterbacks that Jake wanted to talk about, I was dying to talk about. There was a linebacker that played for the Bills this past week.
Bernard.
There's
Can't think of his name.
Bernard, and then there's Spector.
People are loving him.
Spector.
He had a great game.
He did.
Does he make
Honestly-
the 53?
Honestly,
54?
both of them did.
I think you'll see them for special teams, yeah.
I think you will, but then you got to, because I think they will. I think you will because Andre Smith has that suspension he has to serve.
Yeah.
So you get a linebacker spot back there. I had the sheet upstairs because I was thinking about it the other day. I think Bernard, because he's a third rounder, absolutely makes the team.
You don't have A.J. Klein.
AJ
going
Klein's
in this
gone,
year.
so Bernard takes his spot. I think
Do you have Tyler Medikevich still?
you do, and I think
Yeah.
he's locked in.
Oh,
'Cause
yeah.
he has a lot of
He's
guaranteed money. Speaking of guaranteed money, I don't want to get too far off this track, but Reggie Gilliam, 2-year contract. I'm very happy about that.
Oh, yeah, that extension. Good for him.
I love
Could also play a tight end role.
Yeah, 100%, which is why I think they carry 2 tight ends, respectfully.
That's okay.
I like the 3 idea because I do like Tommy Sweeney. Like I said, I think he's an important role player on this team. He has a fit for the personalities, but I think that they carry 2. Maybe they try to sneak him on the practice squad. I think they try to sneak Tavon Austin on the practice squad too. But back to what you were saying. I'm sorry. The linebackers.
That's okay.
Things have changed so much that Tavon Austin, who's been on 8 teams, can be eligible for a practice squad.
100%.
It wasn't like that 5 years ago.
Tyrell Dodson.
Something has changed, absolutely.
Dookie.
Yeah, I'm looking up because I want to make sure what the Tyrell Dodson thing. I thought he was suspended. But that
Are you
was
thinking
2
about
years ago. Yeah.
Jaquan Johnson.
I'm thinking of Tyrell Dodson, but like I said, it's Andre Smith. I was just
okay.
curious if there was more than one linebacker.
Sorry, 8 games, right?
Andre Smith might be 6 games. I think it was
For what again?
VED.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Damn, you crazy son of a bitch.
Didn't work.
Damn. God.
I think the safeties are set. You got your 4. You got DeMar Hamlin, Jaquan Johnson, Jordan Poyer.
Really happy
Micah
with
Hyde.
DeMar Hamlin and Jaquan Johnson. That interception by Jaquan Johnson was amazing.
Yeah. I think you got a good 4 there.
Great return.
And Serene Neal can also play safety if needed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you got your corners set up. I think you got Taryn, Trey,
You know what?
Elam.
Is it set up because you do have the guys you're mentioning? We have Taron Johnson, Serene Neal, and then we also have Elam and the Benford guy. Benford's going to get picked up if he's on the practice squad. So
He's going to make the team.
there might be a
100%.
surprise cut there.
He's making the team. So give me who you got again. I'll do my numbers hands.
White,
White,
Elam,
Dane Jackson,
Benford, Taron Johnson, and Serene Neal.
I think you keep 6.
I don't know if you do because then you don't keep 4 safeties.
I think you do in the past. Yeah, I think you keep 6 in the past.
I mean, we can do on one of these podcasts here. We can do a mock depth chart.
We do have
Actually.
a podcast, actually.
What do you mean?
We have a podcast.
He said on one of these podcasts we can do a mock.
And we have one that we can
We
do.
will do it on Sunday after the game. We'll do it Sunday. Stay tuned
But
for Sunday.
I'm
we'll
just
do the
saying
mock
there might be a
draft.
surprise cut there. Maybe a Hamlin at the safety position or something.
See, I think they definitely keep 4 safeties. That's a lock. I think they keep 6 corners because they have 3 corners. You have to back up for each one. I think that's just how it's going to go.
Well, then there's going to be a surprise cut on defense. Well, not linebackers,
I
but
don't
maybe a
think so.
defensive lineman.
I think you keep 2 tight ends and 2 quarterbacks to supplement for the defense on that.
Good segue for Jake's conversation with the quarterbacks.
Yeah. Who are your 2 quarterbacks, Jake?
Matt Barkley and Josh Allen.
Really?
Yeah.
Can I don't want to shoot you down. I'm not trying to be that guy today.
It seems like you are, but
I think
that's
it's
fine.
I think it's a slam dunk. It's Case Keenum.
I don't think so.
Without a
I
doubt.
think
I think if he
that-
played the way he did, no, that's
I'm going to say this has nothing to do with play. I think that Matt Barkley just gels so well in that quarterback room and with the team
then why is
that he
Keenum
stays.
here?
because he was picked up before Matt Barkley.
They wouldn't have bothered bringing Keenum in though. They knew he was.
I think
they knew that Barkley was up.
I think there's competition there, and I think this week's game is going to determine
when did
who the guy is.
Barkley get cut by the Titans? Did he get cut like a long time
He just
ago?
wasn't picked up in free agency.
he just wasn't
He wasn't resigned.
I do think it's going to end up being Barkley, but I think it comes down to this game coming up. I think it's going to be huge for Keenum. I don't think Allen plays.
Put it this way: they got money tied into him. They're giving him $3.5 million.
Case?
Yeah,
Whatever.
They're not
That doesn't.
they're not
doesn't
going to give him
at the end of the day, it
$3.5
doesn't really
million
mean a
not
thing.
It doesn't. But I think they brought him in. They got the experience. Case Keenum and Matt Barkley's NFL experience is not comparable.
So Barkley's out then in your eyes?
Yeah.
Which is fine.
I think he's a practice squad guy.
I would be okay either way.
And I could see Barkley being the type of dude that's a practice squad guy, and at this point in his career, he's already gone the gambit after the Bills. I think he might just be like, I'm the Bills practice squad guy.
Which is fine.
I wouldn't mind it.
They're saying eventually he could be the type of guy that could be a quarterback coach.
Apparently, that's what they wanted Davis Webb to be, which is really interesting to me.
That's kind of wild.
Who's with the Giants?
Yeah, Giants have a handful, but how do you
They're
guys feel about
dogs.
Ken Dorsey's first game? I know they were going for it at the end. They were trying to win.
Not
Can
enough.
you base anything off of it? I didn't see a lot of penalties,
I
not a
think-
lot of holdings, so he's got everyone in the right spots.
I think I'll refuse to make a determination until
Week 8.
at least the beginning of the regular season. I'm not going to put any stock into his offensive coordinator.
I think it'll be interesting to see what they do with the receiver
he
position
will.
with Ken Dorsey. Because if he keeps...
You think he goes out
obviously,
there and makes some good routes?
no, obviously he's saying
No.
we're going to keep McKenzie, we're going to keep Shakur.
Shakur, you're getting worse with saying.
It's like Tupac.
Guess goes on.
But and then you
Tupac
also
Shakur.
have Isaiah Hodgins. Those are
Practice squad.
type of three guys right there that could be like slot tiny
All right,
trickery guys.
Let's break out the trusty hand again. I might need yours as well.
I'll name them.
Give me your wide receivers.
My receivers: Diggs, Davis, McKenzie, Shakir, Isaiah Hodgins, and Kumaro. I think you keep 6.
So no Tavon.
No, definitely not Tavon. And no, I think the shocking one was no Crowder. He's
no
been too injured.
Stevenson either.
Stevenson will be practice squad guy.
He's gonna go IR. I think he's already hurt.
Is he hurt? Oh, that's okay.
But Isaiah Hodgins is looking good too.
They're keeping 7 for what it's worth.
You're making all these roster spots. There's only 54.
53.
53.
If you're gonna keep all those defenders,
Swear
you
you should
have
go
to lose.
even less.
You have to lose out somewhere.
Wrong.
How much time are we at right now, Jake?
17 minutes and 13 seconds.
So we have at least 8 more minutes.
3, but sure.
As much time as we want.
I'm just kidding. Not false.
Okay, ready?
I could talk to my brother all day. I don't have a time limit on that.
2 quarterbacks.
You do while I'm recording.
How many running backs?
James
that's
Cook,
another conversation.
Devin Singletary, Zach
Moss.
Moss.
3.
Tywan Jones.
And
4.
Gilliam.
Gilliam 5. Tywan Jones is a special teams guy. Listen,
Does Gilliam count as a fullback, or does it?
It doesn't matter. I'll loop him in for the exercise.
I don't think I want to.
He's like a special
I
player.
think 2 tight ends.
I also think 2 tight ends, but I think it's Sweeney and Knox.
Okay, you know what? I'm going to use my calculator so I don't have to run back math. So quarterback 2, running backs 5, tight ends 2. How many wide receivers? I say 7.
I say 6.
You say 7?
Yeah.
Okay. Linemen. Let's go through the offensive
Well, you
linemen.
got 5 and
Mitch
then probably
Morse.
backup for each one, so 10.
No.
Okay. Mitch Morse, Ryan Bates, Saffold, Dawkins, Brown. They like that Quisenby dude.
Yeah.
Barry dude.
You said
I got to get his name better.
Doyle.
Tommy Doyle's obviously a lock.
Cody
Cody
Ford.
Ford.
I haven't heard a word about Cody Ford,
I would-
actually.
I think Cody Ford gets traded.
Oh, we're just not just naming them all. We're naming who we're thinking.
I'm trying to name out who. There's definitely 2 guys that I think are going to make it. That Greg Mann's guy, he didn't play. I think he makes it. But there's another dude that
say
they
Tommy
Saff.
Doyle.
I got
Is
him
it
already.
Safford? You say
I
Safford.
got him. There's a guard. Please help me, Dave.
Yeah, got it.
Please pull up the roster for shit's sake. Sorry, guys. This is bad radio. I'm sorry.
No, it's good.
We're trying to do our best here for Pizza Amore.
The people missed us. It's fine. We missed you too, guys.
We're not rusty.
one's-
We're just happy.
No one's watching this right now.
Shut up.
Ike Bogner,
We're 18 minutes in.
I think he's at pup list.
Yeah.
Spencer Brown,
Because-
him.
Bobby Hart, no.
God, no.
Show me.
Saffold, Mitch Morse, Bates.
Show me.
I don't think there's anyone you didn't mention.
Ryan Talbot says that Luke Tentula dude makes the team. So we'll give it 9 for offensive linemen.
Damn.
All right, wide receivers we already got. So that's offense, right? We went through the offense.
Yeah, I'll go to a D line
That's
for you.
25.
That's half.
They got room to kill still.
Well, no.
Special
Right
teamers,
now,
3.
put in 3 special teamers.
Okay. They got room to kill still.
I'll give the defensive line my projected
All right, ready?
defensive
4
line.
safeties. Give me your projected defensive line.
Jordan Phillips, Ed Oliver, Epineza. Sorry.
Epinesa. Tim. Let's do the D tackles.
Oh, I was getting there.
Phillips, Oliver,
Son of a
Settle,
bitch.
Jones.
Fight him.
That's it.
That's the 4. Well, I'm the one that has to do the counting here.
And then the defensive line,
Defensive
AJ.
lines.
Let's just call him AJ.
Epinesa. Go ahead.
Von Miller,
No, I think he gets cut.
a Boogie Basham, and
Greg
It's
Rousseau.
11:30.
the Groot. Yeah.
It's midnight.
Yes, that's 4. I think 4.
No, they gotta go deep.
We'll put 4 for now.
Yeah.
And then everyone else will be a bubble
deep on
guy.
that.
No, because let's get to linebackers.
They fucking rotate those motherfuckers in like crazy.
I don't think Shaq makes a team. I'm sorry.
Ooh, wow.
I don't think he does either. But for the exercise, I think we have to put him because I think he does.
I think he makes it.
I think he does. I don't think he should. I think he does.
Okay.
Sign the contract.
Put him on there then.
We don't have to if we don't want to. If you don't want to,
We're gonna put 5 on there. All right. So we need corners.
Linebackers.
And we need
6.
linebackers.
6. I'm not,
6.
I don't know all linebackers.
Let's do the 6. Let's do the 6 for us.
Okay.
Edmonds, Milano, Dotson,
Spectre.
Medikevich, Spector, Bernard. 6.
Yeah.
You're definitely missing someone.
Nope.
No, I think that's it. Buddy.
No, you're missing someone.
I feel like that's it.
Just give me a second.
Okay, and then cornerbacks.
Bernard, Spector,
We said those two. Yeah.
Jane Gillis Harris. No.
Yeah, he's gone.
Andre Smith. No.
Gone.
Okay.
Cornerbacks. Trey White, Elam, Dane Jackson,
Taron Johnson.
Benford, Taron Johnson, Serene Neal.
Yeah.
Told you. You're already there.
6.
And that's with 4 safeties.
Yeah.
So realistically, they're probably going to keep 3 tight ends, even though.
No, they're not. They're at 53 right there.
Well,
I did 2 tight ends. Well, fuck my phone, right?
Do it again.
Fuck it. Let's do it again.
That's not good podcasting.
so that's with 7 receivers.
I just gave you the list.
I know, but that's with 7 receivers. I don't think they keep.
7 receivers, 2 tight ends, 2 quarterbacks, like they always have.
5 fucking running backs.
They've always done 2 quarterbacks. They've always done 2 tight ends. That's just how this team makes up team. This is how this team makes up a roster.
Well, no. They had 3 tight ends with Lee Smith, James Kroom,
Jason Kroom,
and Dawson Knox.
They didn't have a fullback then.
Pat DeMarco was a fullback.
Yeah, but there was a time the Bills only had 2 running backs on the roster.
Yeah.
Things just always
Chris
vary.
Ivory,
For as long as I can
Frank
remember,
Gore, Devin Singletary.
for as long as I can remember,
3, not 5.
we've always had like
He said 2.
5 to 6
He
receivers.
said 2,
And they have 5 in this scenario.
which is wild.
Yeah, but back then they always had 5 to 6 receivers.
Frank Summers.
Yeah, they didn't have wide receivers worthy of putting out there, to be fair.
Yeah, they were all ass. Zay Jones, baby.
And there was a year they only had 3 defensive tackles on the roster.
You guys really pay attention to the rosters, huh?
I don't have a life.
We do this for a living, actually.
No, I do not do this for a living.
Nerds.
I do this for fun.
That's why you don't get paid. We be getting paid. We eat pizza after you leave.
Those pizza Mario bucks.
All right, Jake, want to take us home?
We'll go through the
You can
roster
drive yourself.
breakdown.
Did you drive here?
We'll go through the roster breakdown in further depth on Sunday after the second preseason game. Real quick, do you guys think we see Josh Allen this week?
No.
Do you guys think we see Devin Singletary this week?
Yes.
No. Because you have to see if the other guys
And
are worthy.
last one. Do we see Dawson Knox this week?
No.
Yes.
Love the split.
If it's a numbers game, yes.
Do we see?
Hey. We got to talk about the play of the week last week.
What was the play of the week? I watched the first half.
Matt Ariza had an 82-yard bomb. He's the king of Buffalo, right?
1,000%. Don't call him.
Is he better than Mormon?
Yes.
Yeah, oh God, yeah. Without his talents
Mormon's
are
kinda
better than Mormon. Mormon was loved because he was the
Longevity.
best player the Bills had at that time.
Poor bastard.
I think that if Matt Ariza can, now granted he's never even taken a real NFL snap. I think if Matt Ariza can do this on a regular basis, which is yet to be proven,
Even a semi-regular basis.
yeah, even every now and then, he will be the best punter the Bills have ever had.
And we'll ever see.
Hopefully, we won't need him often.
Don't call him Bunt Guy.
There was
He
2
doesn't
games
like
last year where they didn't need a punter. That's why I think they should keep rotating rookie punters out, but keep that cheap spot. But this guy may be the fix for anything you ever need, Buffalo. Think about it, all right? Heavy win game against New England, flipping the field all the way.
Bomb.
Matt Hack.
Why is he still on the team?
Hawk, probably to keep the competition going.
Yeah.
And plus, they only punted once each time in
For the
a real
views.
game. So I think that Matt Hawk is probably going to be out just because he's had too many bad times.
Yeah, he's not. He's mid.
Yeah, so I think if Matt Araiza can do this regularly, it's all set.
It's
in
still
the
based
bag.
on him holding, right?
It can be, but
So does Tyler Bass hold the key to the starting punter?
to be fair, the two
Give him the city the
last
key.
week, the 2 field goals and the extra point that Tyler Bass kicked, Matt Araiza held him. So I think we got that locked up. But Ken Dorsey said on Tuesday, having a punter like that, hopefully you never use him, but he allows you to be more aggressive because you know that no matter what, worst case scenario, you can flip the field the other way. So I think he's a slam dunk for the roster.
Damn.
Thank you for listening. We'll go in depth on Sunday
See
about
ya.
the preseason game against the Denver Broncos.
Love you. They took their jobs. Bye.